I was teaching a workshop and I really wanted a systematic way of moving through change. So I asked a powerful question: what is a tool that I can use to help people? And I got on a bike ride a day or two later, and as I was going, I got such inspiration of 7 steps to positive change. The steps are this: awareness, acceptance, and self-love, a clear desire, dream, decide daily. The third one is open to receive. The fourth one is to believe. The fifth one is to follow your inspiration. The sixth one is to experience and enjoy now as enough. And the seventh one is practice patience and praise. The 7 steps don't really go in linear order. Life is not predictable linear. A lot of times you can go step 1, 2, 3, back to 2, over to 5. But these steps have helped thousands of people to understand a little bit more inner navigation and how you can powerfully overcome the challenges that each of these steps to positive change have. So I got this download of the 7 steps to positive change. I'm pedaling along, realizing I have this great download. It's an awesome tool. It's so clear. I can feel it just so exciting within me. And I started beating myself up because I forgot the pen and paper I usually put in my little bike jersey, because I often get really inspired ideas when I'm on my bike. And I started, darn it, Patty, bad Patty. And I realized that is the opposite to step 7. Step 7 is practice patience and praise. And then just as that happened, I realized I could use the 7 steps to positive change to get myself a pen. Doesn't make complete sense, but it was my idea. So I started off awareness, acceptance, and self-love. Okay, I'm aware that I forgot a pen. I'm aware that this great idea came, and I can love myself anyhow. Probably the idea will stick around, or it will come back again, or I'll get a better one, because where did it come from? It's got to be here to support me. So I was okay with that first step. Then the second step was the desire. The desire was a pen, no problem. Third step, open to receive. That step is addressing the normal human fear that we all have. What would be scary about getting a pen? And then I remembered a pen broken in the road in front of me. And I thought, wow, I don't want it to be in the road and it pierce my tire. And I don't want someone to drive by and just throw one at me and hurt me with it. And as I did that, I got clearer that, wow, my desire wasn't crystal clear. I don't want a broken pen. I want a pen that works. So then I moved on to the believe step. Believe. So believe. Once I realized that I do see pens on the side of the road sometimes, I can remember seeing them, and I could believe it could happen because I live in the area. And a lot of times when I'm pulled over and writing my little notes that I get from my inspiration on my bike, people pull by and someone could drive past and I could say, hey, could I get a pen? So belief step was good. I is inspiration. Inspiration is to be really clear, crystal clear on the picture that you want. And I was crystal clear. It was a pen, and it was a clear pen that was going to work. Then to ask myself, what's one step I can take in the direction of this desire? The step I knew I could take was to stop at my friend Sue's house. It was like a quarter of a mile away. So moving right along, I'm on my way to Sue's now, and I realized the next step, experience and enjoy now as enough. And I got hit by this big eureka. That was the very road that I had been riding on for many years when my twins were small and the 2 older kids were not very many years ahead of them. I'd have a babysitter taking care of the kids, and I'd be on that road kind of feeling like I had a bungee cord connected back to my home, worried about my kids and hoping the babysitter was fine, being on that bike and feeling free kind of, but not really, because I was still practicing non-self-care and trying to control and take care of my kids with my energy back then. And here it was. I was fully free on my bike. My kids were older, and I knew how to let go and let the babysitters take care of them. And I was so excited about being free on my bike. I almost forgot about this whole Adobe IEP pen thing. And in that very second, I looked down on the road, and in front of me was a black, Bic pen with the cover on top of it, right there in front of my tire. I was so amazed. So then, guess what? I had to start all over again. I wanted paper. practice patience and praise. Good job, Patty. Went to my friend Sue's house, told her the story, wrote down the steps, and they have been amazing for so many people. So those are the 7 steps to positive change. One of the things I'd like you to do right now is to take a deep breath and ask yourself, which step seems like a step for you to focus on today? Awareness, acceptance, and self-love? Getting clear on your desire? Addressing the fear? And then focusing on ways you are open to receive instead of ways you don't want it to happen? Believing. Stopping and believing and looking around at all of the beautiful things that are happening, or experiencing and enjoying now as enough so you can be patient. You can praise yourself, and you can praise those other people in your life who are also in the learning curve of life. Which one stood out for you today? Take care of that step and powerfully overcome some of the normal human challenges that these steps have. Because I'll tell you what, it is really easy to be aware of where you are and absolutely hate it. And sometimes the first step to the first step is to become aware of where you are, hate where you are, maybe even hate yourself where you are, and still accept and love the part of you that can't stand where you are, does not accept where you are, and kind of hates yourself for being there. This is all normal human stuff. So please, which one stands out to you? And then visit one of the sub videos where I talk more about each of these steps and let yourself move through that step and the normal human challenges each step inherently has within it.